You ever feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster, up 1 minute and down the next? Or maybe you find yourself going to extremes in your relationships, pushing people away one day and clinging to them for dear life the next. Look, we're all guilty of having our moments, but for some folks, these intense emotions and behaviors are a way of life. That's what we're talking about today: borderline personality disorder, or BPD. BPD is a serious mental health condition that affects how a person feels about themselves and others. It's like they're walking a tightrope, constantly struggling to find balance in their lives. They're hypersensitive to rejection, terrified of abandonment, and prone to impulsive behaviors that can leave them and those around them reeling. Now, I'm not talking about your average mood swings or occasional outbursts here. We're talking about a persistent pattern of instability that significantly disrupts their ability to function in everyday life. So, let's break down the key characteristics of BPD so we can get a better understanding of what folks with this disorder are dealing with. One of the hallmarks of BPD is emotional instability. We're talking about intense, rapid mood swings that can leave someone feeling like they're on a runaway train. Imagine feeling happy and optimistic one moment, then spiraling into despair and anger the next, all within the span of a few hours. It's like their emotional thermostat is broken, and they're stuck on high alert. This kind of emotional volatility can make it difficult to hold down a job, maintain relationships, or even just get through the day. Their reactions might seem out of proportion to the situation, and that's because they're experiencing emotions at a much higher intensity than the average person. It's like they're living life in high definition, with the volume cranked all the way up. Deep down, people with BPD have a deep fear of abandonment. They're terrified of being left alone, rejected, or forgotten. This fear can be so intense that they go to extreme lengths to avoid it, even if it means sabotaging their own relationships or pushing people away. Think of it like this: they'd rather be the ones to end a relationship, even if it hurts, than risk the unbearable pain of being left behind. It's a defense mechanism, a way of protecting themselves from the emotional blow they believe is inevitable. This fear can lead to clingy behavior, possessiveness, and an inability to tolerate even short periods of separation. Have you ever seen a relationship where 1 minute the couple's on cloud nine and the next, they're at each other's throats? That's another hallmark of BPD unstable relationships. It's a pattern of idealizing someone, putting them on a pedestal, and then quickly switching to devaluing them, seeing them as all bad. This isn't some kind of game to them. It stems from a deep fear of intimacy and a lack of stable sense of self. They may jump from one intense relationship to another, searching for something to fill the void within themselves. But until they address the underlying issues, these relationships are often tumultuous and short-lived. People with BPD often engage in risky and self-destructive behaviors without thinking about the consequences. It's like they have a hair-trigger response to their emotions, and they act before they can consider the potential fallout. We're talking about things like substance abuse, reckless driving, binge eating, gambling, or unsafe sex. These behaviors are a way of coping with intense emotions, seeking a temporary escape from the pain and emptiness they feel inside. But these impulsive actions only create more chaos and instability in their lives. One of the most painful aspects of BPD is a distorted self-image. People with this disorder often struggle with a deep sense of emptiness and a lack of clear identity. They may feel lost, like they don't know who they are or what they want out of life. Their self-worth is often dependent on the opinions of others, leaving them vulnerable to manipulation and feeling worthless when they perceive rejection. This instability in their sense of self can lead to chronic feelings of emptiness and difficulty maintaining healthy relationships. Let's talk about something that's really tough to hear, but we can't shy away from it: self-harm. People with BPD often engage in self-harming behaviors, like cutting, burning, or hitting themselves, as a way of coping with overwhelming emotions. It's not about attention-seeking, it's about finding a way to release the unbearable emotional pain they're experiencing. These behaviors provide a temporary sense of relief, a way to feel something physical when the emotional pain becomes too much to bear. Imagine feeling like there's a hole inside you, a deep emptiness that nothing seems to fill. That's the reality for many people with BPD. They experience chronic feelings of emptiness and boredom, like they're just going through the motions of life without truly connecting with anything or anyone. This profound sense of emptiness can lead to a constant search for external validation and fulfillment, often through unhealthy relationships or risky behaviors. It's like they're trying to fill a bottomless pit and nothing they do seems to be enough. When stress levels rise, people with BPD may experience paranoia, having intense, unfounded suspicions about others. They might misinterpret situations and conversations, believing that others are trying to hurt or manipulate them. This paranoia can further damage relationships and make it difficult to trust others. In addition to paranoia, they might also dissociate, feeling disconnected from themselves or their surroundings. It's like they're watching themselves from outside their body, and the world around them feels unreal. This is another coping mechanism, a way to detach from overwhelming emotions and stress. Look, BPD is a serious mental health condition, but here's the good news. It's treatable. With the right support and treatment, people with BPD can learn to manage their emotions, build healthy relationships, and live fulfilling lives. Now, we're talking about a combination of therapy, medication, and lifestyle changes. Dialectical Behavior Therapy, or DBT, has been shown to be particularly effective in helping individuals with BPD regulate their emotions and develop coping mechanisms. Remember, BPD affects millions of people, but it doesn't have to define them. With understanding, compassion, and the right support, recovery is possible. BPD affects about 1.6% to 5.9% of the population and is more commonly diagnosed in women. It's caused by a mix of genetics, brain differences, early environment, and personality. The good news is that BPD is treatable. With therapies like Dialectical Behavior Therapy (DBT) and Cognitive Behavioral Therapy (CBT), along with medication and supportive relationships, many people see significant improvement. Thank you for watching, and remember, with the right treatment and support, recovery is possible.